Hello guys, and welcome to episode 12 of my Vistula campaign in Stir Division 2, playing on the Axis side. Previously, we managed to destroy one of the tank brigades further north, but it's time to do it again. I noticed that we could probably take out the 164th tank brigade with a little help from our artillery. So, let's grab our artillery here, the 3rd Battalion of the 173rd Artillery Regiment. We're going to hit the 59th Guards Tank Brigade. And we're going to use the 2nd Battalion of the 173rd Artillery Regiment to hit the 107th Motorized Rifle Battalion. If I can, I should probably hit some more of these troops with 3 action points, but I can't. So now what we can do is isolate and attack the 164th Tank Brigade. Now they can be reinforced by the Self-Propelled Artillery Group, which does come with the Su-85s and the Su-76s. They can also be reinforced by the Motorized Rifle Battalion here and here, but these don't actually have that many troops in them. Also, we're using Panthers, so these guys are going to get wrecked if they come in to help. I am going to need some infantry to back us up, so I am going to use the 1st Battalion of the Infantry Regiment 170, and along with that, I think I'm just going to use a few planes. Planes would probably be a good idea, just to kind of help us out if needs be. So, best bet would probably be the 1st Battalion of the 1st Ground Attack Group. The issue with using those is if we get attacked elsewhere by tanks at the end of the turn, and we don't have armor support nearby, this would be my go-to unit. I'm not sure if it's actually worth using them. I guess one thing we could do maybe is bring in the Fokker Wolves. The Fokker Wolves could work because they can strafe lighter units like the Su-76s. So I think I'm going to go with those. Also they can strafe infantry for us and infantry guns and stuff like that. So let's do that. We'll tactical battle and we'll jump on in. They're actually bringing more tanks in Phase B. That's a good thing. So they've got the Su-57s. Yeah, it's going to be the 164th Tank Brigade, the 60th Guards Tank Brigade, and the 3rd Self-Propelled Artillery Group. That is a lot of tanks. And we're going to be pushing on through this pretty nasty cover that they have. Okay, so let's grab a Panther D, Aufkleider Panther D. I'm also going to do the same up here. And we're going to ride across the high ground, blap in any T-34s we see, bring in a Panther A Führer with those. Okay, down this road, 3 Panther A's, straight to the right hand side. On this road we're going to have more of these Panther A's and a Panther A Führer. These can all push up to this flag. On the left hand side we're going to need a few to go up on the ridge, and we'll have a couple to head down the road. And then after the start of the game, probably going to bring in some reinforcements. Actually, what I'm going to do is we're going to remove 1 Panther there, and I'm going to bring in a few infantry units that can move up in the center here. Okay, that'll do. Let's launch the battle. Off we go. The Panthers are off. So should be able to get some nice shots onto any units down the road there, including the Su-85. On this right hand side, I'm going to try and get further up as well. Oh, let's unload these early. And we're going to have these start moving towards those units, because these are going to die very, very quickly if I'm not careful. We don't quite have range just yet. We're going to want to try and take their tension away from our grenadiers. Well, there we go. Shots coming in, doing plenty of damage. So the grenadiers radioed for help and the Panthers are firing away. That's what we like to see. Okay, so the Panthers moving up on the ridge there. We're doing well here as well. I might actually move up onto the top there with these 2 Panther A's. And these ones, they may as well start spreading out a bit. Did my Panther D die? Yeah, it did. My Recon Panther D died. That's unfortunate. Okay. Moving up on that right side. Made a little bit of ground. Let's bring in some grenadiers to help push ahead in front of those. Pretty close range engagement with an Su-85 there. That's not too good. Thankfully it didn't manage to get on target. Nice. Okay, so losing our Afglader Panther D was pretty bad, but we've seemed to have found some ground on that left side. We're doing a lot of damage down this road. Taking out the T-34-76 there. This is a big old tank engagement. I like it. Let's have the Grenadiers move forwards and then head towards the Su-85s there. Well, there could be some Razvedka squads on our left. I've got to be a bit careful about enemy infantry. Ooh, okay. Got to take care of those. I don't want them transport sniping me in the future, so send a couple grenadiers up on top. These can start moving forwards towards that objective. Kill the Mother Razvedka. Let's continue the push. So far, so good. I've done pretty well here. Let's keep pushing up. Get some more grenadiers in. Little Panther group on the left, moving up. This is awesome. I love it when you have these Panther groups moving together. Same deal here. These ones have got different camos on as well. Taking out anything that we bump into. Just beautiful. Alright, I might actually have these ones stay in the light cover there until we can get some more infantry up on the ridge. I can also potentially bring in like a few more Panthers up there as well. Probably not a bad idea. And that is a T-34-85, but frontal armor Panther should be able to bounce most of the shots. Get that Grenadier unloaded. Alright, that Panther should be able to kill the motorcycle for us. Okay, good kill. Have the Grenadiers move ahead. I don't think they're ever really going to have enough to break through the sheer amount of Panthers we have. Like, getting up onto this ridge is really good. There might be a T-34 that hits us close range though. It looks like there's something moving towards us there, at least that I can hear. I'm going to have another Grenadier unload here and help take out the Moskva. These ones can all move forwards on the ground. Find us some targets. Right. These need to start moving up. Grenadiers ahead of those. Great. T-34-85 did manage to hit my Panther A at close range, but we did manage to kill it off. That's fantastic. Get some more Panthers. Do you have the Panther Gs? I actually didn't even bring in the Panther Gs. Well, that gun jam Panther is not good. Let's move that back. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we're going to start attack moving to the left. We're going to get onto this road so we can cover the reinforcement road there. Going to bring in a Panther G Führer. Oh, I did lose a Panther here. Oh no, I didn't. Never mind. That's a M3A1. Yeah, this is the Panther that was there. That's why it confused me. Oh, I was worried that had a bazooka or something, but nope. Just a Razvedka. T-34-85 goes down. Could have decent penetration against T-34-85 1944 there. On this side, oh, Panther A did die. Okay, we do have the reinforcements on the way though. I'm going to bring in a couple more Panther Gs on that side. Let's make it 3 more. Yeah, at close range, the T-34s can penetrate very easily. Right, getting these Grenadiers up. This Panther, let's just send it home. Send him home. Goodbye T-34, 1944. We're up to 20 to 5. It's good. Oh, side shots coming in. Move back, move back, move back. Okay. We managed to bounce that APCR shot, thankfully. Yeah, that unit took a direct hit. It took a lot of damage. Oh, that's a lot of tanks up there. Let's get these to the ridge. That's what I was planning to do with these extra tanks. Then when these grenadiers push forwards, we can move the Panthers across the open. Right, these need to get up onto the ridge. I might be able to sort of zoom them up there on the road. A bit risky. These Panthers are getting very, very close to that town. That's not good. We need a grenadier to go in there first, just in case. But one of my grenadiers did get killed. Or something in the open there. Okay. Doing well at the moment. These T-34s really not lasting too well. Oh, looks like it's just a commander. Okay, let's go kill that. Got a unit of Dosso there as well. Let's get the grenadiers to move up. Nice, we have the Panthers on the ridge now. Perfect. Oh, one of those got hit at close range by an Su-85. Not good. Back off. Oh no. Oh, lucky that missed. That could have been a kill. Not today. Not today. Right, let's have the Aufklärer Panther D wait up. As these other Panther A's push over, we'll move up with the Panther D as well. Oh, is that victory? It's victory. Okay, cool. 8 minutes 44 seconds. That was very fast and furious. We did lose a couple tanks, but we absolutely smashed them. Damn. Panther A's. Look at that. Getting so many T-34 kills, killing a lot of the Su-85s as well, and Su-76s. I think I said before the battle, like Su-59. I don't know where I got that from. Anyway, Aufklärer Panther D, Panther A, Su-85, 1944, killed those two. The Aufklärer Panther D is kind of annoying. You don't get many of these recon tanks, so losing one of them is quite expensive, really, in the grand scheme of things. They're really, really useful for when you're fighting against infantry with the tanks, because you can spot the infantry before they get into like Zuka range. But that was a really, really successful attack. Happy with that. The other tank brigade didn't even get a chance to reinforce, actually. Cool. Well, there we go. We utterly destroyed that brigade in one attack. And the only issue I have is that nothing can reinforce this in Phase A. We'll move forward the 73rd Infantry Division HQ. And honestly, it might even be worth moving forwards just some of this infantry now. Because we do have more stuff coming in. Like, I could move down the 2nd Battalion of the 73rd Panzergrenadier Regiment right into that gap. That'd be perfect, actually. Because then we can just do a double attack onto all of this armor. Oh boy, that would be awesome. That'd be actually awesome. Maybe that in there, maybe a bit premature. Yeah, let's move that back, actually. Because that unit would be able to be attacked by the 15th Motorized Rifle Brigade. But I don't think this one will. That one would have in that square. I'd much rather they attack one of these. Move the Fusiliers forwards. They might be able to reinforce in Phase A if an attack happens here, because they're up the road. Let's dig these guys in. And moving some Panzergrens to back things up. Okay. This Fusilier battalion... I mean, we just moved them forwards, didn't we? But I'm kind of like tempted to move them out of the way so that I can get this Panzergren regiment up, but I guess it doesn't really matter. And we'll just move them as far as we can. Cool. That'll do. That is all of the movement done for this bottom side. I don't think we're going to make any attacks. We've dug in up here. We pushed the AA forward so we can get them in phase A against the tanks next turn. Here is fine. It doesn't matter if any of those get attacked. That's all good across there. We've made the attacks here. I'm tempted to make an attack with the 1st Battalion of the SS, Panzer Regiment 3, but I think we sort of realised that we didn't really have much infantry to back that up, so that's not going to happen just yet. But we can move some of these units behind. Like I could move up the artillery a little bit to get us some better range for bombardment next turn. And I could also, in fact, move across the 2nd Battalion of the Infantry Regiment 84, maybe. Could even move up the 3rd SS Panzer Division HQ, because this does have a lot of Ersatztruppen, yeah. Which could be useful for screening the Panthers. I don't know. Not too sure about that. I guess we can move one in the middle here, because then if that does get attacked, these two can reinforce this turn anyway. I'm going to bombard these because we're not really ready to take them on. And this artillery, I'm going to move it over to the left. Maybe we can bombard something next turn. This unit can just stay over here and use it to give us some more requisition points potentially. I don't really want to bombard any of this stuff though. I mean, to be fair, I could probably just kill off these units, because they're not very strong. Like, these are motorized rifle battalions. You can see they barely have any troops. They've got some Motovtos, Strelki, a few AT guns, and that's about it. Whereas we can throw like an entire regiment group at them, full of grenadiers and MG34s. So we could do some serious damage to these units if we backed it up. And with Group Totenkopf, not really any real reason not to. I mean, we could attack the 3rd Battalion of the 12th Motorized Rifle Battalion. They can bring in the 21st Recon Squadron. I mean, I think I'm going to do this. Get all of these involved. That's the 1st Battalion of the 6th SS Panzergrens as well. The SS have arrived. I think I'm going to play this out. Tactical battle. We'll jump on in. Well, they're bringing in some big guns in Phase B. I think they committed their HQ section with the IS-2s. So we got to get a move on. Oh dear. Right. Group Totenkopf might be very dead. Actually, saying that, it could be a good thing that they brought in those heavy tanks, because we can ambush the crap out of them on cell. They are coming in Phase B though, so we'd have to kind of prepare for that. This is going to be a very infantry-focused battle, I think. Certainly go in with the Panzergrens. I mean, honestly, kind of tempted to just unload a lot of these very early. Just have them run across. Yeah, let's remove these. And what I'm going to do, actually, deploy them without transport across here. And then we'll have them... Okay, hang on, let me do that again. Spread out like so. The 2 squads of 2 in each. I can get the MGs on the left to unload further to the left side to cover the open. And then we can have, again, another bunch of Panzergrens move up. But I'm probably going to, I guess, move up a little bit. Little bit unsure of AT guns though. That's, I guess, the biggest worry. And we could in fact move quite far up here, so we're going to do that. Get ourselves a little bit of ground, and again, MGs for the right hand side is probably a good idea. Just to cover that off. Bringing in the Panzergrenführer is tempting, but could get them killed if I do it immediately. I'm also tempted to bring in like an Aufklärer Panther D, but due to them having AT, I'm not sure if that's a good idea, especially if we're playing mostly close range. Be better off just bringing Grenadiers and pushing through, I think. Do sort of a Soviet-style push with the Grenadiers. Yeah, grab all of these Grenadiers and we'll just push them up to like this objective, for example, and this one can go for that objective. Kind of fill up our gaps. Alright, let's launch the battle. And I'm going to bring in more stuff as I need it. I'm really not sure if I need extra at the moment. And there's no point in putting more than I need on the battlefield, because all that will happen is we'll get transport sniped. And yeah, we'll just lose stuff unnecessarily. Yeah, a little bit concerned about this right side. I'm not going to unload them that early, I think, but let's see. Could be a big risk. If there's an AT gun further back here, for example, we're going to unload here. We'll start moving up like so. On this side, all my Panzergrens are sort of going to unload and we're going to push across the river. I might throw a bunch of Grenadiers further up. Actually, let's unload these MG42s. Maybe they can help. Move those Panzergrens further up. Put these into groups of twos. And start spreading out. There's a lot of Grenadiers. They're going through the swamp. Moving forwards. The Grenadiers got the shit job, whilst the Panzergrens got to go across the nice open field. Right, those mortars might cause me issues. I guess that's something we could do ourselves, is bring in a bunch of mortars. Yeah, let's do that. We'll do a group of 3 on the left. I'll do, well, on the right that is, a group of 3 on the left. And then we do maybe a couple of 120s. Get in the supply for those preemptively. Cool. We can put them on fire at will. What do we find on the left side there? PTRS squad. That's why you don't want to use your transports that far up, because that could certainly catch you out. Thraki though, very dead. Let's keep pushing up on the flanks with the MGs to cover us. Actually, I could put these on... I was going to say counter battery, but they can't counter battery, can they? Staroki DP and Avteurs. Cool. I'm going to grab even more Grenadiers. Push through this area. Right, these Panzergrens have actually reached their locations, so they can carry on. These ones can continue to push through that town on the left side. I might bring in some more grenadiers to just reinforce the middle. These 2-star Panzergrens, they're going to demolish Stroki DP that only have 1-star veterancy. So far so good. I mean, I'm just going to unload all of these and we're going to give them an attack move order through. All these grenadiers can go over. I'll go through the other side. Cool. These Panzergrens can lead the charge. Same deal here. Not even sure what that's mortaring, but at least they're firing. Looks like that's like a leader unit in the town there. And take that out, no problem. Especially with this amount of grenadiers charging their way. The reason I knew that was a leader unit is because they had 3 men, and most of the Soviet units, the only Soviet units that have 3 men, I think, are leader units on the Soviet side. Most of their support units, or support infantry units, like PTRS squads and stuff, they have only 2 men. You can use that a lot to identify units before you actually see them without zooming in. Especially with things like AT guns. You can distinguish whether or not it's like an infantry gun or if it's an AT gun based on their strength. But we've opened up a huge salient here. I'm not sure if I want to like pull off the throttle just so that I can kind of force them to bring in their units in phase B. But if I'm going to do that, I'm going to need to make sure that I have Panzerschrecks in position, just in case they start to overwhelm us a little bit. And we can move up a little bit, but I don't want to move up too far. Just hold on to the ones we have, because that will bring us into phase B for 2 minutes at least. Let me disorganize all of those heavy tanks, like all of the IS-2s. Oh, Staroki Komroti trying to make a break back to friendly lines, but absolutely annihilated by the MGs. Let's get these to the edge of the tree line. Okay. I am going to want to push for a total victory though. I guess a major victory would work. I guess as soon as it goes phase B, if I have my troops in position, we can just kind of push for the major victory. Unless we just start pushing now, because we'll go into phase B regardless, I think. Yeah, we'll start pushing again. Got the Panzerschrecks here just in case. But we'll take more. Right, that should be a dead mortar. Well, that Panzergren pretty low on men. Probably pull them back. Okay, let's pull them back. And these mortars, they're probably too far back now. Start walking them forwards, not that it's really going to matter. I think by the time they get there, the game's going to have ended anyway. Ooh, it's going to be 10 seconds into phase B at this rate. I guess that's fine. Let's move some grenadiers over here to help this engagement. I've got to be really careful not to take too many points. Otherwise, we might not reach phase B. Because I should have done that in the other battle we played with the tanks, is waited until phase B, so that we could have disorganized the second unit of tanks as well. We'll do it this time. Actually, let's not move the Panzer straight forwards. Cool. Still bumping into infantry units. Okay, 3 seconds till phase B, and we're go. Alright, let's push on to all of these objectives for the last 30 seconds of the game. See if we can get the total victory. Something I would really like to get, if possible. It's going to be this flag, if we can get it. This grenadier might be able to get the job done. Okay, cool. There we go. Total victory. We pulled in the units in phase B. Job done. Perfect. 10 minutes, 39 seconds. We didn't lose a single unit. And we disorganized all of them. Nicely done. Panzergrens. Getting plenty of kills, of course. These SS Panzergrens are actually ridiculous. 2-star veterancy. Mowing down the Strelky all day long. Alright, we'll leave it there. Cool. Happy with that. Really happy with that, actually. Yeah, so this unit down on the bottom left, I think it's full of IS-2s. The 11th Tank Corps HQ. Well, we've dealt with those already. It feels really cheesy. But wonderful attack. I'm going to move these up. And that does leave the 224th Motorised Rifle Battalion quite vulnerable to the Regiment Group 348. So I'm tempted to make that attack as well. It would pull in the 12th Motorised Rifle Brigade behind, but this is a really terrible unit. What else could reinforce? 36th Tank Brigade in phase B. I mean, we'd have to be pretty quick with this attack. And one issue I have is where it would leave my unit. So my unit would take that spot. And then we'd be vulnerable to the units further over. I think it'd be best if we kind of don't get ahead of ourselves here. This attack was good. Really good. But this one, probably not so good, because it might leave a unit exposed to the 36th Tank Brigade. Okay. Yeah, none of these really need to move forwards, I don't think. In theory we could, but I don't think that really matters. Everything done for the front line, just double check in. Our artillery needs to come forwards. That's one thing that needs to happen. And, oh, the artillery across the front could just bombard the crap out of all this lot. Are we in range with anything to bombard these tanks? It's real shame actually we're not able to. Because if that were not the case... I mean, can I bombard that one instead? Ah, so annoying. They're all just out of range. Okay, let's just bombard all of these on the front. May as well use up their action points. Okay, that's all of that artillery fired away. Anywhere else? I mean, we could maybe move forward some of this infantry that's behind us. Any other bombard actions I need to do? Let's just double checking across the front. There's some artillery here. We could bombard the tanks. I'm kind of tempted to let them attack us now, though. Maybe we just, like, bomb the ones behind. Yeah, we'll hit the ones behind. And allow the ones at the front to attack, but without too many numbers. I guess if I let one attack, though, I should let all of them attack. Because if they all came in at exactly the same battle, then we might not actually have to deal with as many as if we were to attack them separately. Reason being is if like a tank brigade attacks us but reinforces itself with 2 infantry units, we'll have to deal with mostly the tank brigade. Whereas if a tank brigade attacked and it brought in both tank brigades as reinforcements, thinking it was more powerful, it would probably use the same amount of tanks as it would with the 2 infantry. So you'd be dealing with the same amount of tanks anyway. Anyway, our front line's done here. Any other sneaky attacks we could pull off? That's the only other thing we need to kind of look for. Don't want to make any attacks on the bottom left. We've done all our attacks here. The only one with potential is here. And it is very tempting. It is so tempting. No, I think we're done. I think we're done. Alright, with that, let's move on to the next turn. And we're already under attack. So, the... Which one's being attacked? Oh, the 2nd Battalion of the 73rd Panzergrenadier Regiment with the Panthers in tow is under attack. We can bring in the 1st Battalion of the Infantry Regiment 186 to back them up. I think we get access to our fortifications as well. And I can bring in the 73rd Fusilier Battalion as well. I think I'm going to do that because that's going to give us access to plenty of recon for the Panthers. You already get a lot of Panzergrens from the main unit anyway, and we get plenty of infantry from the infantry regiment. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to tactical battle. We'll jump on in. And looks like we're not going to get fortifications. Okay. But that should be alright because we do have the Panthers. See, I was thinking we might have to deal with the bunkers, but... Oh, looks like it's a normal conquest battle, which is okay on this map actually, because with the Panthers on the ridges and stuff, we should be alright. And we have, 60 points to work with. Did they bring in any aircraft? No. They brought in the Tank Brigade, a Tank Destroyer Regiment, and the 109th Motorized Rifle Battalion. Cool. So, gonna get a couple tanks on this left side. And they're gonna zoom over here and cover this off. Okay, cool. Then we need a couple tanks here. I'm probably going to put them there. Fine. I'm going to need a couple tanks to cover here. And we'll need one on the corner. Because those two will be able to cover the open here as well. These ones will mostly cover the left for us. So that's all good. Then I'm going to need the rest up on this right side. So we'll have a couple that can move to here. Do I have AT guns? I've got a Pack 40. Let's see. IG-33 is also in there. They are going to have some mortars though, so these might not be that safe. I was thinking maybe putting in a Pack 40 and an IG on the left-hand side here. But it might be better to just sort of commit my tanks to the left-hand side for the longer range engagement, and then have the Pack 40 in here for the short range engagement with the IG as well. Or the IG can kind of help cover the open. Okay. Get the panzers on the right hand side as well to start heading over here. And that's tanks done. Now we got to do infantry. Definitely want some MGs. We're putting a couple MGs on the left hand side here. I'm not going to put the second one actually. We'll put one there, and I'm going to put a couple Panzergrens into that cover. On this side, I'm going to do 4 Panzergrens. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to cover off those Panthers. Here, we're going to do 1, 2, 3 if we can get there. I'm not sure we'll get to that one, but we'll see. Maybe with an MG on the ridge. Good. Then we're going to need probably an MG in the tower of this church. And some Panzergrens here. 1, 2, 3. Try and get the Panzergrens further up, I guess. Should probably have that Panzergren on the right side road here, but yeah, we'll be fine. 3 here. 3. And then we'll need a few to spread out across here. Okay. Squeeze these up. This is going to be important that these get there first. I'll use an MG for the right hand side. Cool. I'll set up a command structure afterwards, but let's go ahead and launch the battle. I'll start to get in some Panzergrenführer and Commandants and stuff with our remaining points. Alright. So buckle in, guys. Looks like this is going to be a long old episode. Already see a lot of infantry coming forwards there. Gotta be careful they don't unload before us. If they do, we're kind of in trouble. Especially with things like PTRS squads. It might be a good idea to just unload now. I'm going to send a couple of Panzergrens over here. Oh, these need to unload. Oh, getting a little too far up. Unload these as well. Good. Now the Panthers are getting into position on this ridge. I'm going to unload the IG here actually, because that will be able to smash the Strelki and the Maxim in the open. Let's get the MG out of the church. It's being hit by the T-34s. Right, we can't really afford to lose any Panthers, so got to be really careful. I'm going to have to, I think, attack move these to the right. Oh, let's reverse them. I don't know what they're doing at the moment. This one's really in a terrible position right now. What I need to do is not reverse like that. Oh my days, that almost got that side shot. Is push through to the right like so. Right, I think I might need to bring a second tank over to the left. And I'm going to move this Pack 40 up. Oh, these T-34s are getting a bit too close for comfort. Do I have Panzerschrecks? I do have a couple Panzerschrecks. Bring in a Panzergren. Cool, nice kill there. Move this forwards. going to move it to the right hand side so we can deal with some of these T-34s that are pushing up. I don't really want to engage with my Panthers here, if I can help it, because they'll get killed at close range. I would much rather have them engage these Panthers at a distance. That's fine. Once we get rid of the initial forces, we're actually in a really good spot. So, yeah, we just need to be patient. This Panther, unfortunately, already got forced back. Let's bring in a Panzergren for that. And I'll get a Commandant for the right-hand side. I'm going to try and get some Panzergrens across the open there. Get this MG to cover it. Okay, good. Another T-34 there. Nice, good ambush. That closes that salient, I think. I might have to send a Panzergren over there to check that out. Right, now we move up the Panther A's to the ridge there. And we engage these two T-34s. They hid. Okay. Ooh, almost got side shot. Move my guys forwards. We're going to get an Aufklärer in here. Going to get the Panzerschrecks to move up. T-34 is going to engage our Panzergrens, so we'll have to move back. Probably going to need some recon on this right-hand side. I do have the Fusilier battalion, so we'll bring in some Fusiliers. Let's do that across the board so that I have recon. Okay, so we've got plenty of points. I need something to kill the M3A1 Rosvitka there. These Panzergrens need to back off. I need to get rid of the T-34s that were hanging about there. I'm going to get some MGs for this ridge. A couple Panzerschrecks and a couple Panzergrens down here. Ooh, this is not good. I probably want to back that Pack 40 up. Tell you what, we'll probably use this Pack 40 to continue engagements further up. I'm going to move my Panzergrens forwards. These ones across. We're going to reinforce here. Okay, good. We killed a Dorsal squad. Happy with that. Get the Aufklärer to move to the edge. Oh, these Panthers need to be very careful with their facing. Very careful indeed. 3-star veterancy will help out a lot. Let's unload the Fusiliers. I'm going to actually move forwards these Panthers. And we're going to move forward some Panzergrens here as well. Get the MG to move up. Okay, good. Right, the Panther A's are busy engaging the T-34s at a distance. We've got this one to engage stuff at close range. This Fusilier is going to help with the Panzergrens though. There was a Stroki moving through there, so we'll have to deal with that. Let's move these three up. Move these up. Set up. Get the MG into the building. Cool. Oh no, we lost the Fusilier unit. No! I was hoping to go perfect again, but not this time around. Okay, let's bring up some more Panzergrens on the left-hand side. We're going to need them to deal with all of this infantry. Panthers can happily deal with T-34 1943s. These Panzergrens, we're going to have a few of them unload. This one can move further up. I meant to upload it further up with an unload at position command, but messed it up. Okay, let's move across. Probably actually going to move... I don't know what I want to do here. We're going to move into cover with the Panthers. Oh, lost the Panzergren. Where did that die? I'm not sure. I think it was the one that was here. Yeah, I think they died to the T-34. Okay, there's a T-34 coming out of cover. That's good. Got the Panzerschrecks if I need them, if they get close. Oh, that one's dead. Oh, these Panzergren's very close to death. Let's bring in some more. I don't have any more. Grenadiers it is. I'm pushing those out to keep the Panzergrens back. Okay, we'll keep the Panthers riding forwards. And these Panzergrens need to start pushing down and taking that flag. This is a hell of a battle. This Panzerschreck needs to get into cover. Is being targeted. Oh, that's not good. Mortavto's gonna do a number to my Fusiliers if I'm not careful. Right, I'm definitely gonna want to move over these Panthers. Okay. Panzergrens died in the middle there. Yeah, it sucks, but not too much I can do about it. Okay, just spreading out those grenadiers a bit. I always get asked how I do that, like really fast. And basically I'm pressing tab. If you have multiple of the same unit selected, you can press tab to scroll through them and give them individual orders. Pretty useful. Right, the reason I unloaded these here was to zoom across like this. Or push across like that, and then I'll probably just unload these early anyway and push across to the town. Okay. Right, now we can move up from this cover with the Panthers to kill that T-34 from a distance rather than at close range, because at close range we risk getting penetration from the T-34s. Right, time to push up this ridge. Do I have the Panzerschrecks here? I mean, I'm probably going to push these to the left and up that ridge as well. These Panzergrens can move back, and we'll bring in some Grenadiers here to get the push on. I don't know why I placed them all the way up there. That was a bit of an accident. Okay, let's move these two back. Those Panzergrens can move forwards. Fusiliers moving forwards is good, so we can get recon information. Right, let's move forwards this Panther to join the other. And I'm going to move this one down to the low ground, help engage as well. Right, these are close range infantry, like the Mortavtos, but because I have like so many Panzergrens, we should be okay. These ones, however, will not be okay. One nice thing that I should probably do is bring in some mortars, because they would really help with these dug-in infantry squads. Get some supply in with those. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to stay here, especially under mortar fire. And with close range infantry incoming. Seems like a bad idea. Definitely should wait until the armor gets close. Let's push these forwards. Unload these and push them forwards. Okay, good. Keep these going through. And let's probably just get up on this ridge. Let's just push over with the Panzergrens. Get the Fusiliers to the edge there as well. Good. Oh, these are both transmission damaged. It's not good. Probably a good idea to like back up and get these repaired. We do have the mortar coming in there, so we can use the Opal Blitz to fix them up while we're at it. Oh, I did lose an Opal Blitz. What was that? That's not good. Hopefully the infantry unloaded in time, but we're in it. Right, here I'm going to just back off with any infantry that are relatively low. And then we'll push up with the Panzergrenz and the Panzerschrecks. Did I lose a Panther on the left? I did. I did lose a Panther on the left. Oh dear. Oh, these are all being engaged from a distance. I need to take care of that M3A1 Vistula. Let's unload these. Get them on fire at well. Unload these. Fire at well. And unload these. Fire at well. Okay, that should help us out a little bit. We managed to push up quite nicely on this left hand side. I can get on top of that mortar as well. We're 18 to 6. Going to be a major victory in 3 minutes. I need to have a couple of tanks that can engage that T-34. At the moment my Vistula is just taking a beating. Oh, did I lose a Panther up on this ridge as well? Yeah, it looks like eventually this was killed off. It did take a side shot from the tanks up on the ridge. Not good. Okay, I'm going to move these over to the right, and we're going to start like pushing these forwards as a 3. Because we might be able to get that flag, and if I can push for like a total victory, that would be fantastic. Right, some of these are very low. Move forwards and engage the tankos. These Panthers are ready to go, so let's move them forwards and engage the T-34s on the ridge. These are getting hit hard. So we'll fall these back. Gonna get a close range engagement with the T-34. Not ideal. Oh, he missed, so that's good. I just need to land our second shot. Okay, good. Alright, let's make sure we're killing off the Motabtos with the Panzergrenz. And yeah, these can continue to push forwards. Right, we need one more flag. I guess this one works. Yeah, let's take this one. Depends what we come up against. Might be some Motabtos, that'd be kind of annoying. That's a Grenadier down. Oh no, the Grenadier's in the open here. Okay, this one needs to be on return fire so we can maintain the hold on that objective. Yep, small out those. Surprise! Did we get in the same building as them? Okay, cool. The Panzerschreck did the job. Hopefully the Grenadiers can do the job there as well. No, never mind, they don't need to. Get those Panzergrenz back. Move the Grenadiers forwards. And that's victory. Is that total victory? It is. Good stuff. 16 minutes, 28 seconds. 193 kills, 16 losses. Doesn't get much better than that. What a battle. Damn, those Panthers having to really pull out all the stops to take down those T-34-85s. Panther A kills across the board. Very nice. Unfortunately, we did lose 2 Panther A's in that engagement. A few Panzergrenz and Grenadiers, but my. That was quite a tough map to keep the range engagement on the T-34s, and the other issue with it was like the line of sight causing my tanks to turn and show side armor, and obviously I didn't really have the time to micro that with the amount of units on the field. So I think, you know, in the grand scheme of things, we did quite well. 16 minutes, 28 seconds. Happy with that. Okay. And that is a successful defense. And we're under attack again, this time by the Motorized Rifle Battalions, 50th and the 2nd Battalion of the 57th. This is going to have to be a battle for next time, because unfortunately, guys, it has been my time. So I'm going to leave it here. Next time around, we'll make this defense and maybe bring in some aircraft to help us out, because otherwise we'll probably get overwhelmed. Saying that, we've got some pretty elite troops here, and they don't actually have that much infantry to attack us with. So, yeah, I'm happy. This managed to disorganize all of these units. So my Panthers are just going to be able to drive through them next time around. Cool. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.